It's telling me that we are live.
All
Awesome.
right.
So I think we're live. I'm just gonna check on my phone just to make sure. I wanna make sure that um hold on, where's this thing? Oops. Yeah, okay, awesome, cool, we're live. Awesome, I can see us. Awesome, cool, so excited. So thank you so much, Angel, for joining us today. So we're here with Angel. I'm gonna have her actually introduce herself because I think you have such an amazing, I guess, a very unique and amazing business that you're doing, and and this group is basically all about women and female entrepreneurs, and I know we have different coaches but also different entrepreneurs in the group, and so I know that a lot of are going to really benefit from what you're going to be talking about, because I know we spoke a little bit, and like I said, I just thought it was so unique, you know what I mean? So yeah, so I'll let you introduce yourself, I guess. Go ahead, Angel.
Well, thank you so much. My name is Angel Conway. I am your self-care accountability mentor. I am a wife, mother of three little boys who are very energetic, so they
Yeah.
keep me on my toes. I am a senior caregiver and I work with two home care agencies.
Oh wow.
And yeah, so we're basically here today because I was caring for some clients that was diagnosed with COVID. And at the moment, there wasn't really a lot of PPE to go around, and I just didn't get the proper care that I needed, to
Mm-hmm.
make sure that I was safe and healthy and my family was safe and healthy. And so I really had to take a step back at that time and figure out what the heck self-care even looked like
Yeah.
for me because of that. So that really began my journey to look into, like, okay, I really need to start prioritizing my health and wellness. And I really wasn't doing that. And so as I began to prioritize me first, big changes began to happen in my health, and
Mm-hmm.
that expanded to my family's health and wellness as well. And so then I got to thinking, okay, my hours was getting cut, and things wasn't looking too stable. And
Yeah.
I was thinking, what can I do to help others, where I can become my own boss and set my own schedule, and serve people in the capacity that I love, which
Yeah.
is that caring, that nurturing way. And so that got me into being a mentor to mentor other Christian working moms to prioritize their health and wellness. And so
Mm-hmm.
that is how I am here today. And yeah.
But I know from when we talked, I guess you actually, but the way I guess I want you to go more also into like because you actually, I guess, you use crochet or something like that, right? Like as one of your, I don't know if it's like a healing method, like I guess, so we can go into that. But yeah, no, it's amazing because I think a lot of us, last year especially, pivoted a lot of jobs, careers, because a lot of things became sort of unstable and not sure, and I totally hear you. I mean, with kids, you don't, you want to stay healthy, and especially you being in a situation where you are exposed, to stuff where most of us are not. It's just yeah, you really have to kind of think of, okay, well, I need to think of me and my own person first, right, instead
Mhm.
of
Exactly.
yeah. So yeah, so I'd love for you to talk a little bit about the your business, as far as like I guess, like because I know we talked about, like I said, the crochet thing, so I just thought it was very interesting. Hello, Alex. No, I'm live. Okay, we're on live
Yeah.
on camera. Let's go, go, go.
Yeah, no worries. I get that too. So yeah, no worries. Yeah, absolutely. So the crochet is one of my many passions,
Uh-huh.
and I decided that I would help um, women who wanted to learn how to crochet, um, the basics of crochet, and I found that crochet is a self-care activity that I do because it just puts me in this place of peace that I call it my Zen space.
Yeah.
And, I cut on my music and I just rock out and with my crocheting. So crocheting is actually became a part of self-care for me. And so
That's
that's what I
awesome.
would like to encourage other women in. And
Mm-hmm.
so, yeah, so that was one of my programs. And my main program is a self-care support group.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a program where we meet weekly via Zoom, and
Mm-hmm.
we pan out, the different things that you have planned, your goals for self care. We talk about the things that's hindering you,
Mm-hmm.
and we talk about
Yeah.
those things to put in place to get over those humps, put that game plan in place to help you. And I'm there to keep you accountable to your self care goals through encouraging, motivating you, and inspiring you to stay committed to your goals. And so,
Okay. That's awesome. And so, have you always crocheted, or is it something that you basically just started? I guess now.
that's a good question. So, I actually began my crocheting journey about 2011. And at that moment, I was a volunteer medical missionary. And one of my coworkers, she was crocheting and she introduced me to it. And at the time, I was thinking about, like living self-sufficient and different
Mm-hmm.
things that I can do um, for like, economic wise and
Uh-huh.
going green and all that good stuff, right? And so
That's
that's how
awesome.
I got into crocheting, and yeah.
Awesome. That's good. Yeah. I mean, I remember I did this, I think, maybe in middle school, because I grew up in Europe. And so, like, we had, like, things, I don't know what you call those classes, but that we did crochets, we did, like,
Home
sewing. Yeah, it may say
Yeah.
maybe homemaking or something, in middle school. And so, but yeah, I can't. I don't know. My stuff was
You
never
get
like, when you're supposed to do like the knots very tight and stuff like that. So my stuff was always like very loose.
Yeah, it's okay. Practice makes perfect.
Oh, it's funny. So
I
sorry, but
always
that's
say if I can
awesome.
learn it, you can learn it. So yeah.
All right. But it's also because it's like I said, it's unique because I guess it must be also good, like as a relaxation method, right?
Hmm.
Like, because so people are like, oh, they like to exercise or garden or whatever. I'm pretty sure crochet must be also like a good, relaxation method, which obviously makes sense with self care, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I said, it puts me in that space of zen, and
Mm-hmm.
I think that a lot of people may get frustrated and everything because
Yeah.
um, it's all about their body and their posture. Like if you
Mm-hmm.
get a good seating position and you
Yeah.
find a comfortable position for your hands to lay your hand and how to hold the crochet hooks,
Mm-hmm.
I mean that's like it right there. You get that down pat, crocheting becomes pretty easy, once you actually learn
Uh-huh.
the different techniques. So yeah.
Awesome. So do you guys do that like as a group or something? Like you guys all like, let's say everybody, all you the members in your program or whatnot, everybody like crochets together or something like that, or how does that work?
Good question. So, once I launch my program, because it's not launched yet, but once I
Mm-hmm.
launch it, it will be a group session, or I will
Mm-hmm.
have one sessions as well.
Okay.
And yeah, we're going to just go through each step one by one until we get it out packed.
Awesome. No, that's awesome. That's good. And that's gonna be part of your self-care program, right?
I'm sorry, you cut out for a
That
second.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know if it's my internet or whatnot. It's I don't know. I've been having issues. But I said that's part of your self-care program, right? The crocheting. Can you hear me?
Oh yes, yep, I can hear you now.
Okay.
So, so the crocheting program and the
Mm-hmm.
self care programs are two different programs.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Cool. And
Yeah.
so what do you do? So how are you? I guess how has it? How has your? I guess how has everything changed for you since last year? I mean, since you started your business, right? And you went. I know you said I guess you're still doing with the home health or something
Mhm.
like. And so how has it changed? I guess. And how I guess how is also your you look up, like how you because I know last year, I guess, with everything you were sort of not sure, trying to pivot and then also concerned, and now I guess being in your own business, right?
Yeah. So I I'm optimistic, and
Mm-hmm. That's good.
I always like to, look for the brighter things in life. And so, with everything, there's a lesson to be learned.
Uh-huh.
And for me, last year dealing with COVID, well, still dealing with COVID, it's
Yeah.
no different. And I just think it's all about, standing in your greatness, as I say.
Mm-hmm.
And I came up with this acronym for change, and that
Mm-hmm.
is conquer having assertive greatness. I'm sorry, uh, conquer having assertive, never ending greatness expressed.
Okay.
And,
Awesome.
you know, I believe we all have a greatness within us,
Mm-hmm.
inside of us. And I think the way that we combat change, because, life is all about changes. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's something that you cannot get around. And so, what you do is stand in your gifts, your talents, that you've been given, whether that's crochet, whether that's hospitality,
Mm-hmm.
whether that's networking, whatever that is for you, you can be the change that you want to see in your life and in the world by standing
Mm-hmm.
in your greatness unapologetically. And that's how we be the change that we want to see. And so,
Yeah.
by taking my gifts and standing in my greatness, as a carer, crocheting,
Mm-hmm.
I have, like, doors have just been open for me for just multiple opportunities on how I can reach out and help others and ultimately help myself and my family. So
Yeah.
yeah.
No, that's awesome. And I know, like, I'm pretty sure, like, also with everything going on, I mean, I know that self-care became a very big topic last year. I mean, it's still ongoing, but because I think we all just realized that, hey, we are basically, I mean, we were sort of forced into this taking a vacation, right? And
Yes.
and then it was one of those things, like, I guess we just all sort of realized, well, I think at the beginning everybody was sort of, okay, cool, like, hey, let me just, you know, I guess how can I put it? I think in the beginning it's always like, oh, let me just party. I mean, not really party, but like we have this mentality. Okay, cool. Now I'm just gonna be watching Netflix and just
Right.
binging and stuff. And then after a while, it's like, okay, well, I've seen everything on Netflix. There's nothing left, like I've
Yeah.
eaten all the chips. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
what else to do, right? And I know that self-care just became really big because I know also, the whole exercise trend and a lot of that stuff also grew a lot because of everything. Because I guess, we sort of ate the first half of the year, and
Mhm.
then, the second half it was like, okay, well, let me lose that. Instead of, what did it say, the freshman 15, it was like,
Yes. Yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
so I know, because, like, I mean, it's just, self-care is just so important because I mean, I know myself also. I mean, I've been through some, health issues also in the past few years. And then I know that, I mean, has self-care, like I do take it very serious, and I do take
Yeah.
actually, even, I mean, if it's okay, for me it's not like, oh, I only do self-care on a Sunday. Like, no, I mean, if I feel my body just needs to take a break on whatever Monday afternoon or whatever, well, then I have to, because you really have to listen to your body to
That's right.
give it what you need, right? Because otherwise you're just going to be running in this thing, and then that's why I guess, so many people were struggling with, I mean, I'm sure there still are with a lot of different things, right? I mean, I've heard a lot about, people going to depression, just, loneliness. There's a lot of, things. And I'm pretty sure, I mean, you, especially being also in that field of being a caregiver, right? I'm sure you probably saw that a lot,
Yeah.
with the pandemic. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think, I think if we can all just come together,
Mm-hmm.
the saying is, come together while standing apart. If we
Mm-hmm.
can just continue to connect with each other and
Mm-hmm.
support each other and encourage each other, that's what's really needed right now.
Yeah.
My grandmother, she was diagnosed with COVID a little bit
Oh.
ago,
Mm-hmm.
and she's doing well now.
Mm-hmm.
However, the doctors wanted her to isolate,
Yeah.
quarantine. And I mean, I kind of thought that was a little.
Yeah.
I thought she needed help because she's older. You know,
Yeah.
like I understand, COVID. However, I mean that's a
Mm-hmm.
whole other topic.
Yeah.
But, like I think she should have, just had that person um,
Yeah.
to be with her. Like I don't think that she should have been alone. You know,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah,
so
that's the thing. I've seen that a lot, and I've heard it actually a lot. I had some friends that also had, family and older, or maybe in nursing homes, or in and it's just the loneliness. But even, like even us, right? Because after a while you're like, well, you want to see your friends, you want to do something, right? So I know that the self-care, is very important. And I think, as like you said, us coming together. I know it's been a lot of virtual coming togethers,
yeah,
or I guess, but it's just I guess just because people need the connection. It's because, even if you were talking together, okay, we might be in different cities, different states, but at least you feel like, okay, it's not only me, right? It's I'm not the only one that's going through that. I mean, I'm
exactly.
sure, I guess I'm sure, you see that with your clients that you're coaching, that they're probably struggling with different things, and that's why they're probably, seeking you out to have that sort of connection, and stuff, because at the end it's like, well, is it just me? It's like, am I going crazy?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. One of the first things that I did was start looking for self care groups on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't know how many I must have had joined, but interestingly enough, nothing really connected with me.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't really able to get the support that I needed, which
Mm-hmm.
was more interaction as
Yeah.
opposed to just posting. You
Yeah.
know? I just require more interaction. Like
Yeah.
that's my personality. Like
Mm-hmm.
um, self care for me is being around other people, whether
Yeah.
that's in person or virtually. Like that's how I rejuvenate myself. Like that's how
Yeah.
I refresh and fill my cup. And so, I mean, amongst other things, but that's like the big thing for me. Um, and so, it's very. I mean, we're social creatures.
Yeah.
Like we're not made to be isolated.
Yeah.
Hermits. You
Yeah.
we need that human connection. So we must, especially now at this
Mm-hmm.
point in time, be connected to one another.
Yeah.
Reach out to that person that crosses your mind, or that person that you haven't, heard from, and over a week, just reach out to them and, just check in on them to see how you're doing. 'Cause you never know what
Yeah.
people are going through.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's really important.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. And I see it also, with my kids. Like my kids, I mean, they're driving me crazy, but I'm sure with you, a boy, you have boys, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah, I have two boys. So it's like I think one less, but still, it's just. But then I have a dog that also thinks he's the third one. So it's like he does everything that the kids do, and it's like
Yeah, you know the struggle.
it's like yeah, and it's just it's ongoing. I mean, you have to keep them occupied. So yeah, so I see that they miss their friends too and stuff like that. But yeah, so what do you guys do? I guess tell me a little bit. I guess if you wanna, I guess talk a little bit about your program. Do you? I guess because I know there's different types of self care, right? And like I said, everybody has a different view of that. So I mean, is it more? I guess do you do, let's say, like meditations, or is it, or maybe that's not part of your? I guess maybe talk a little bit about that because again, sometimes people think like self care. For me, self care would be like, okay, great, I want to go to the spa and do self care.
Right.
But not everybody. Some people are just like, hey, I just want to go to the beach and just be with myself, with my thoughts, let's say, or maybe journal different stuff. So yeah, it'd be interesting to hear what you, I guess, your program. And I don't know if you have something coming up or whatnot. Feel free to share because I know it's still a very ongoing thing, and I mean, self-care, I think it's never gonna go away, but it's
Exactly.
just, I'm sure a lot of, ladies, especially in this group, was gonna benefit from it, and what we'll do is also, we'll add the links later, so if anybody wants to basically join any of your programs or whatnot, they can always, come out back and sign up, and or just reach out to you because, sometimes you wanna talk with whoever and just, get a feel for the person, right? So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, you asked a very good question, and I love to talk about this because, there are, in some self care groups, there are posts that people do, and they say, this is not self care. And that really touches a nerve for me
Yeah.
because, self care can mean anything for anybody.
Yeah.
And I like to say that self care is anything that you do to care for yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, financially, and even environmentally.
Yeah.
All these things equates to self care because ultimately these are things that you do for yourself to make you a happier, better you.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I kind of love to get into debates with
No, go. I mean,
because again, we're all in different stages,
yeah.
right? So I heard someone say once, self care isn't, the basic hygienic needs. And so although I understood where they were coming from, you know, um, tell that to the woman who just had a baby
Oh God.
and she's up all night breastfeeding and changing diapers and burping and cuddling and like
Yeah.
the last thing she's thinking about doing is doing her hair, or and so
Well, maybe it's I wouldn't say maybe the last thing. It's like you're thinking like, oh my God, I would love to do my hair. I would love to wash my hair or even dry it, right?
right,
Or
exactly,
take a shower.
exactly, so it's we are all at different journeys. And so
Yeah.
basically, wherever you are on your journey, you can say, this is my self-care. This is what self-care looks
Yeah.
like for me. So if you don't take anything else from this conversation, self-care is anything
Yeah.
that you do to care for yourself. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah. No, I totally agree because yeah, like you said, I mean, I remember, like I said, okay, giving birth, right? Coming out of the hospital and then being able to even just take a shower and just, you know what I mean? And even just, I don't even know if I got dressed, like, I mean, I was probably in pajamas
Yeah,
for
getting
I don't know
dressed.
how many months, right? And then, but then it was the whole thing of, oh my God, can I ever just maybe dry my hair, or like blow dry my hair, like ever, like maybe just once, like.
Yeah,
And then it's, then like you said, you progress, right? Then it's, other things, then you go past those stage. And no, I totally, I totally agree with you, because like you said, some people are not I guess everybody's at a different level, so it really depends on where you are, I guess, where you're starting. Because I mean, it could be something as simple as, like I said, just putting moisturizer on yourself. I mean, that's self-care, right? I mean, because
exactly.
you're taking care of yourself, right? That makes you feel better, and that raises your energy, raises your vibration, raises the positivity in your life, right? Yeah.
Exactly. Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. So yeah, so my group is well, first I have a free Facebook group. It's called Selfcare Club for the Christian Working Woman.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my free Facebook group. You can um, check us out and get weekly, encouragement, inspiration, and motivation on your self care journey. And also, you have that community of other like minded women who are
Mm-hmm.
there to get supported, but be supported. I'm sorry,
Mm-hmm.
to to support
Yeah.
and be supported
Yeah.
as well. And
Yeah.
so, it is my goal to truly build a thriving community where we are really supporting one another on our journeys. And so, for my paid program, it will be launching May 16th. It's a Sunday.
Oh, okay. So
Yes.
we're coming on. Okay,
Yep,
awesome.
coming up soon here. It's a Sunday. I have my group coaching program, and I also have the one-on-one program. So with the group coaching program, you get weekly group coaching, so 4 group coaching a month.
Mm-hmm.
You also get weekly live check-ins via a Facebook group. So
Mm-hmm.
you also get that community with the Facebook
Mm-hmm.
group. And you also will get one monthly ladies' night out.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, after all that work of prioritizing you, why not like top it off with the cherry on top and
I know,
ladies'
right?
night out, and we can just relax and unwind.
Yeah.
And that evening will be filled with tons of games and prizes. Um, and it's just another way to honor you for showing up to prioritize you.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's just my passion to see other women thrive, not only survive but thrive. And
Yeah.
so that is
Well, that's also, and that's important, because I mean, even, let's say, just even as moms, you know what I mean? Like, we need the time alone where, we just need, let's say, meet with some girlfriends and just talk about whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
because you talking all day to kids, or or even, or let's say a spouse or whatnot, or significant other, but still, it's like, it's different, talking with your girlfriends about just, things,
It is
and just
so
like
different.
letting loose.
It is so different. Oh my, like when COVID hit, it was crazy because both my girlfriends was either pregnant or just had a baby.
Oh, well,
And so time with them was not going to happen.
no.
And again, I thrive off that,
Mm-hmm.
interaction. So, my morale was not as high as it could have been. um, but I am working on that actually. I
Uh-huh.
I went out for Mother's Day yesterday,
Uh-huh.
and I went out with my sister and her mom, and we had a great time.
Yeah.
I went ahead and scheduled that outing because I was just like,
Yeah.
okay, enough is enough.
No, but it's true. Like, we need that. You know what I mean? Because it's like, we just need that like that escape. So I love that you said it's a monthly girls' night out or so. Yeah. No, that's
Yep. Oh
awesome. Yeah.
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 I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
that.
Because I mean, I think that's like a huge part on self care, because I mean, that's just, you releasing whatever, and just really kind of, it's like, because you're forgetting or just leaving that mom hat and whatever, and you're really just taking you yourself out, and just
Exactly.
you don't need to worry about dinner or food or whatever or clothes or
Exactly. Nothing. Just
yeah,
release, which has been very difficult to do, but
yeah.
because we're just wired to.
But like as as for example, as my kids are getting older, I'm starting to, because before, yes, it was like 100% dependent on yourself or on you, and then now it's like, okay, they can do certain things. So now I'm like, okay, great, I'm ready to, I don't know, take my, go out with some girlfriends that maybe have older kids or don't have kids, and it's just it's different, because it's
Yeah.
not that everything is just on your plate, and you really have to
Hmm.
think of it, everything yourself, and so it just, and like you said, we need that social interaction, and we need that. No, I'm with you, like, hey, if I'll
Yeah.
be in Chicago, I'll be joining you guys too, but
Yeah. When this breaks, I tell you, when this
I
breaks,
know.
taking a trip to Florida.
I know, right? When if you come down here, we need to, meet up, definitely.
Yeah.
But no, that's awesome. And so busy. So those are the. Is there anything else that's included in the program? That's your program. I didn't mean to cut you off. I don't know if I cut you off.
Oh no, that's fine. That's fine. So yeah, I think we covered the
Uh huh.
basis. So that's for the group program, and then the one-on-one program is basically eight um one-on-one sessions a month. So basically, we
Mhm.
meet twice a week,
Mhm.
and we really dig into, what are your goals, what are the things that's getting in the way, what can we put into place to, overcome those hurdles, and set
Mhm.
that game plan to, put you on the right path for success. And so yeah, so consider me your number one cheerleader. I want to see you thrive. And so, yeah, that's pretty much it for the
Mhm.
one-on-one program
Yeah.
that we
No,
have.
that's awesome. So I guess once I, like I said, I'll, because I at the no, the video is live, but so I guess once it finished, I guess whenever you have your links or whatnot, feel free to just post them or just send them to me, and then I'll post it for you, whichever, because that'd be awesome. So it's launching this week, right? You said this week?
Sunday the 16th.
Oh, Sunday. Awesome. That's awesome. Cool. So that's exciting. It's always exciting when you're launching
I know.
um, a new program, and that's always, yeah, and especially like we talked about, self care. It's a big topic. And then what about the crochet thing? So the crochet program, you said it's separate, right? You launched it already, or?
So the crochet program is separate. I haven't launched it yet. I'm
Mhm.
still in the works with that. So
Okay,
yeah, keep
but
keep
that's
an eye
awesome. I think you can really tie that all together. I guess because I think it's really I can see that in, really, I guess everything sort of working together, because it's like we talked about it, it's a lot of, it's also a very type of self-care, right? The whole
Yeah.
crafting, and also I think it teaches you also patience
Yes.
and discipline,
Yes.
right?
Absolutely. I got my training from YouTube University.
Uh-huh.
And it was so hard to find people, that wouldn't talk too fast, or wouldn't
Hmm.
go too fast. And so, once I found those people that, actually took their time, you
Hmm.
better believe it took time and patience to really, I thought I would never get it, but, through
Hmm.
time and patience, I eventually caught on, and yeah, practice makes perfect. So
That's
yeah,
awesome. I mean, determination, no, and it's so, no, I do everything on YouTube too. I mean, sometimes it's like, so, sometimes you forget like how to do simple stuff. I'm just like, how to do X, Y, Z. It's like I do everything on YouTube, but
yeah,
it's so true. It's like sometimes you just can't find really what you're looking for, and you have to piece things together. And so that's awesome. Yeah, I'm excited. So I guess whenever you have that, it'll be interesting to. hear more about that, because I think that I just think it's such a very unique niche, right? With the crocheting, because I think a lot of us, I think, especially last year, we all went sort of, I don't know how can I put it, maybe back to our roots or whatnot, where a lot of us started gardening, making
Yep.
more of our own foods, right? Because I mean, we
Yep.
had sort of like a food shortage for a little bit, and then so I mean, I know I started also, I overhauled my whole lifestyle also with
Hmm.
my health issues and stuff like that. So I started also cooking. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out how to make bread.
You got this. I'm still working it.
and
Sometimes it's a flop, sometimes it's not. So
yeah, and but I think it's funny because we're really, we picked up a lot of things that I guess we would think, okay, well, that's maybe our moms or our grandmothers would have done and stuff, and it's sort of like now we're sort of doing that
yep.
stuff, and it was sort of, I guess, a funny coincidence, I think.
Hmm. I think it really taught us to slow down,
Yeah.
you
Oh
know,
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
and go back to the basics, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, most
Yeah, and
definitely.
enjoy really family and just life, right? I think that's why I've been talking with a lot of different entrepreneurs, because
Yeah.
it's just there's so many different changes that happened last year that, like you said, we really started slowing down and just really reevaluating
Yeah.
our lifestyle, our life, family, work, all everything, and the one, a lot of us made a lot of different changes. So that's awesome. Yeah, so I'm awesome. So that's exciting. So excited for your launch on Sunday. So, like I said, to come back and I guess put the links up or whatnot, and yeah, I don't know if there's anything. Do you want to leave us with some wisdom or something? I don't know, maybe some last words or something. Or if I think we covered a lot of stuff today. So, if there's anything else you want to mention,
Yeah,
other than that,
absolutely. So I always leave out with some words of encouragement, just because, we can always use some encouragement.
yeah.
And so with that, I say, you are deserving, you are powerful, you are capable, you are needed, you are valued, and you are loved.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you so much. So, thank you so much for joining me and sharing so much empowerment to all those amazing ladies here. And yes, and anybody that's watching this on the replay or watching this on the live, just make sure you guys come back and just check out Angel's program, because I think it's gonna really help and really set you guys into the right direction as far as everything. I mean, self-care. I mean, self-care is really the progression of, basically everything else, right? Your work, your life,
That's
relationships,
right.
everything really depends on your self-care. So awesome. So thank you so much, Angel.
Thank you so
And
very much,
yeah,
Patricia.
thanks.